My name is Shinta Suzuki. I'm an average 24-year-old office worker. Now let me just take care of this email, and done! I end up stuck at my desk doing busy work most of the time, but it beats the actual sales stuff.
Hey there, Shinta, how's it going?
Oh, hi.
Hey, can you come out with me once you're done with the day?
What's up? Is he inviting me out for drinks? That's pretty uncommon. The two of us went not to a bar, but to the middle of a crowded street. What? You want me to try picking up a girl? I've never even thought about doing something like that in my life.
That's why I'm teaching you now. You gotta learn how to do this for the sake of your future. You need to learn to be more assertive. You're in sales, for God's sakes. Don't be nervous, just think of it as more job training.
I don't know about this.
There's nothing you have to know about. Just try it. If you fail, no big deal. But if you don't act, you'll never make it in this world.
I really don't want to do this, but my coworker looks like he won't let up until I do. Well, here goes nothing. Excuse me, can I have a moment of your time?
Yes?
Would you like to go out to eat something with me?
Huh? Wait a second. Shinta?
What? How'd you know my name?
Come on, don't you recognize me? It's me, Miho Ikeda.
But Miho?
Yeah, we dated back in high school, remember? And then for some reason I can't really quite remember, you dumped me.
Oh, she sounds like she's still hung up on it. Miho and I started going out in my junior year of high school, and because of something that happened between us, we ended up breaking up.
So why are you here? Don't tell me you came to hit on me. I suppose I could give you a little bit of time to explain yourself. Okay, let's go. We could head to a restaurant or karaoke or maybe a seedy motel. You're not going to throw away this chance, are you?
Wait, hold on. I was just trying to say hi.
You're as hopeless as always. You can't even pick up a girl right. You wouldn't come to me without a reason, would you?
No, I can explain. My coworker told me to... Huh? Where'd he go?
Good going, Shinta. Looks like you snagged a real catch there.
Don't just stand there. Help me.
Good luck out there, kid.
I thought I could always rely on him, but I guess this time he's gonna leave me on my own. In the end, Miho dragged me to a karaoke booth.
What do you want me to sing, Shinta?
She's all alone with me, but she seems to be in a really good mood. I don't like how this is going. I guess she came back to Japan though. I remember back in high school, she and her parents had to move to America, and I heard she got a job out there too. Back in high school, I was so passive. Not a single girl would ever even give me a passing glance. But Miho was different.
Hey, Shinta, are you free this Sunday?
Oh, I don't think I have plans. No. Why?
Then can you come downtown with me? There's something I want to get and no one else was around.
I agreed to her on a whim, but when I started to think about it, I realized this was basically a date. I was so nervous I could barely get any sleep. Calm down, Shinta. We're just going shopping, that's all. It's nothing deeper than that. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like that. That's what I told myself, but as the day wound down...
Shinta, will you go out with me?
I never thought in a million years she'd ask me out. Huh? Sure. I was so paralyzed with surprise I could barely squeak out a yes and a tiny nod. Just like that, I had a girlfriend. Couldn't believe it. My mind was still reeling, trying to take in the reality of the whole situation. 2 months later.
Hey, Shinta, this cute little bookshop cafe just opened on the way home the other day. Want to go check it out? I was telling you about it earlier, remember?
Oh, sure.
I'm so glad we're both on the same committee together. I love being able to talk to you at work like this.
I'd tell you to hold back when we're on the job, but I guess there's no one around here anyway. As I spent more time with Miho, the reality finally started to settle in, and before long, I got used to having her by my side.
Something on your mind?
Oh, sorry, it's nothing. I want to say something like, I was just captivated by your beauty, but that's a bit too embarrassing. Back then, she never stood out too much from the crowd, but she definitely had her own fans. She was so smart and could do anything she set her mind to, too. I wondered if she was just wasting her time with a boring guy like me. It was a miracle we ended up dating in the first place. Maybe the two of us might even end up getting married someday. Before we knew it, we've been dating for 6 months.
Shinta, there's something really important I have to talk to you about.
Oh my god, he's gonna break up with me? But things have been going so well, I thought we were still as close as the day she asked me out!
The thing is, my parents are both being transferred to the US, and they want me to go with them. But don't worry, I'm not going anywhere, okay? The last thing I want is to leave you behind and go to another country.
Oh, I really appreciate it. What are you thinking? You look so serious back there. I thought you were gonna break up with me or something. But then, as I was walking past the teacher's room, I overheard something. I get where she's coming from, but it's such a waste of her talent.
I know what you mean. I know all this must be so confusing for poor Miho, though.
Did she say Miho? When I heard that teacher mention her name, I couldn't help but stop and try to pick out the rest of their conversation.
With Miho's grades, she could easily get into a famous college over there, too.
I heard she even lived in the US as a kid. I'm sure she'd be able to fit right back in there. I knew her grades were good, but I didn't know she used to live abroad.
She doesn't seem to be too into the idea of moving back, though.
Yeah, I think she has a boyfriend here.
Really? I never heard about that.
You know Shinta Suzuki? He's on the same committee as her. He's kind of plain looking.
Oh, wait. That quiet kid? Well, either way, I guess she'd rather be with her boyfriend than go to America, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he thinks. I really do like Miho a lot, but I know I'm just not right for her. I know what I have to do. This is for the sake of her future. If I stayed her boyfriend, I knew I would only limit her true potential. What happened after that honestly hurts to remember. Suffice to say, I called it off with Miho. I wanted to tell her that she shouldn't worry about me, and she should focus on her future, but I couldn't. I knew if I did, she'd only cling to me all the more steadfast. To her, it must have felt like I was breaking up with her out of nowhere. I figured she'd never want to see me again, but here we are now.
So, Shinta, why did you break up with me?
Well,
Did you really hate me? As far as I remember, everything was going well. Never mind. We're here now, so let's make the most of it.
Miho, all she's singing are songs about being dumped and broken-hearted. I knew she was holding a grudge. But what if it really is something else? It can't be, can it? I thought she'd hate me so much she'd never want to even dare ask me something like that.
Come on, Shinta, don't make me sing alone. You put in a song too.
Oh, well, I've never been good at singing. You know that, right?
Fine, then at least get more into it when I'm singing. How about that?
Doesn't she hate me? Why is she getting so close to me? Before I knew it, I ended up getting swept along by Miho's happy mood.
That was so fun. I never expected to run into you here.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Thanks for calling out to me earlier. But are you okay with just ending the night with some songs? You picked me up, so I'm sure you have something else in mind, right?
Stop teasing me. I told you, the only reason I was out there in the first place was because my coworker wanted to test my courage.
Aw, so you didn't enjoy yourself at all?
Of course I enjoyed myself. It reminded me of the good old days.
That's good to hear. And since we're here, why don't we exchange contact info?
Seriously? That means she wants to hang out again, right?
Hey, Slowpoke, take out your phone already.
I can't believe we ended up exchanging numbers. She even created a private group chat just for us. Since I got home, I just sat there staring at my phone, waiting for some kind of text notification. My heart was pounding out my chest. I guess I can't deny it. Miho really does still have feelings for me, huh? And well, it's not like I broke up with her because I hated her or anything like that. I wondered over and over again about what could have been if she never moved away. Maybe this fateful reunion is my big chance to start everything over and try again. Hold on, I don't think it's that simple. Besides, she looks so good today. I'm sure she already has a boyfriend or something.
Shinta, my boy, how'd it go?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I felt really refreshed this morning.
I'm not talking about that. I mean, how'd it go with that girl last night? You get lucky?
Well, we exchanged contact info.
Oh, come on, that it? But to be honest, I thought you were just gonna crash and burn out there, so that's a win in my book. You did pretty good too. Getting a babe like that to go out with you is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Don't let this slip through your fingers.
I probably shouldn't tell him that I already did that once. That afternoon on my lunch break, I got a text. Oh, it's Miho. It says I want to meet up after work tonight. How could I say no to that?
Hi, sorry this was so sudden.
Oh, it's no problem. I just happen to be free today, so it's perfect. At one point, I thought that maybe I could let go of my feelings for her and just give up, but not anymore.
I just really wanted to hang out and talk with someone tonight.
Are you sure you're okay with me?
Why wouldn't I be?
I mean, it's just that I thought you'd want to go somewhere fancy and,
What? You know me. I'm not like that, right? What do you usually do after work on a Friday night?
I guess I just want to go to my phone and play games and stuff.
I knew it. You haven't changed at all.
I guess compared to you, I must seem like the same boring old guy.
Don't say that. Besides, I'm still basically the same too. Oh, here it is. This is the place I wanted to go to.
Wait, this is...
A bookstore cafe. I figured this would be the perfect place to go with you.
Oh yeah, we used to go to places like this all the time, didn't we? But why? My heart was burning to ask why she picked a place like this that was so reminiscent of our time as a couple, but my mouth refused to form the words. Even after all this time, she still shines so bright. But I don't get it. There's no way she could just forgive me after the way I dumped her. I had a feeling that if I asked her about what her intentions were, I'd only end up disappointed. After that, we spent the time catching up on each other's lives. The conversation turned to our jobs. Seriously? Isn't that like a massive company?
I guess it's kind of a big name, but what I'm doing isn't so different than what we used to do on the committee.
But if you have to be scheduling your naps after lunch, that sounds pretty bad.
Well, it's a foreign company, so they can be a bit more relaxed about some things.
You must have so much free time though, I'm jealous. After work, I bet you can basically do whatever you want.
Well, it's not like I really do that much with my time outside work anyway. I guess I'm kinda like you. All I really do is read books and play FPS games all the time.
So you don't have a partner or anything like that? Oh crap! Why'd I say that? I shouldn't be prying into her private life like that. We weren't dating anymore. We were barely even acquaintances. I should have been building up trust between us before even thinking about asking something so personal. Hey, don't laugh. It wasn't that weird a question, right?
A partner, huh? Nope, I'm single. Is that the answer you were hoping for?
I feel like I stepped on a landmine there. I quickly changed the topic, but I couldn't help but worry that I said something I shouldn't have. Mio seemed to brush it off okay, but I'm sure she noticed that the mood changed. She gave me a second chance, and I completely blew it. Maybe this was the end of the road.
Hey, Shinta, can we meet again sometime? When's the next time you're free?
Huh?
Do you not want to?
No, of course I want to. I couldn't believe it. It was clear now that she didn't hate me after all, and that was such a relief. But I honestly had no idea what she was thinking.
The truth is, I changed schools at such a weird time. I don't really keep in contact with many friends from high school, and I don't really know anyone who I can hang out with after work either.
Oh, I see. Well, if you're okay with it, I'll be happy to meet up for drinks or something.
Yes, thank you!
That was the moment I stopped worrying about what Miho's intentions. It would be a much better use of my time to just be glad that the two of us were able to reconnect and recapture some of the old magic from when we were students.
See you next time then!
I was glad Miho and I were friends again. Unfortunately, unlike her laid-back job, my company had hours and hours of overtime and we weren't able to meet up as much as I wanted. Whenever we did though, it was just as fun as it used to be. Of course, I never wanted to break up with her in the first place. Now I was getting to have a taste of how great things would have been if the two of us had never split. 2 months passed since then. At this point, even the nagging memories that haunted me since high school had started to fade.
Shinta, there was something really big I need to tell you.
Why does this seem so familiar? Suddenly, vivid memories of one of the worst moments of my life came rushing back.
The thing is, my company wants to transfer me over to their main headquarters. If I decide to accept the offer, I'll be going back to the US next year.
My bad feeling turned out to be right on the money. I guess I'm just destined to be unhappy for the rest of my life. What are you gonna do?
I really don't know. My parents are still back in the States, and if I take this position, it'll come with a pretty big pay raise, too.
So what's she so conflicted about?
But even with that, I don't know if that's enough to make me want to go through with the transfer. I feel like I have some unfinished business here.
Unfinished business? I felt the same way. There was still so much I wanted to do, so much I wanted to say. In high school, I decided I had to break up with Miho for the sake of her future. Back then, I believed that was the right call to make. And from what I heard through the grapevine, I was right. She flourished over there, leaving me only more confident in my decision. But deep down, I knew it was the wrong move. I ended up making a terrible decision without even asking her what she thought. All Miho ever wanted was to have one person by her side. I just didn't have the confidence to admit it. I couldn't admit the truth even to myself, and I gave in to my own insecurities. Since high school, we've only grown farther and farther apart. If I thought she wasn't right for me then, it's only become more apparent now. She even built up a massive career at a major company for herself. What could I possibly say to her that would make her change her mind? Even so, I know if I just made the same mistake and let her go now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Miho, there's something I need to tell you.
Shinta?
I'm sorry for being selfish, but I really want to get closer to you. The truth is, even after we broke up, I never gave up my love for you. I've never hated you, not even for a second. I told her the truth, the reason I decided to call off our relationship that day. I'm done hiding behind the excuse that I did it for your future. I know now that all I ever wanted then and now was nothing more than to spend the rest of my life with you. Maybe the reason I had the courage to say all that just now was because I called out to her that day. I was prepared to hear the worst, but I felt better saying my piece. I never believed a passive, go-with-the-flow guy like me had it in myself to say something like that.
Shinta.
Maybe she'll be mad at me for waiting so long to say something so selfish. But somehow I can't help but smile and feel like a weight's been lifted from my heart. Whatever happened now, I felt like I could see her off without any hard feelings.
Shinta, I've been waiting so long to hear you say that.
Miho?
You know why I didn't want to sign on to this transfer, right? It's because I couldn't stand the thought of being apart from you.
Then what are you saying?
Shinta, will you go out with me again?
Of course!
Don't you dare let me go this time, okay?
And with that, the two of us were able to completely reconcile and go back to how things used to be. Before too long, the two of us got married. Since both of us continued to work at the same jobs, we didn't have as much time to spend together as we did back in school. But compared to all the time we had to spend apart, it felt like heaven. Soon our matrimonial bliss had extended for a full year. I know the two of us only got back together because I tried to pick you up back then. But if you never came back to Japan, I'm scared to think about what would have happened to us.
I'm sure it would have worked out somehow. I never gave up my love for you after all. I knew you were somewhere out there in Japan, living your life, and I had faith we'd meet again.
Wait, are you saying that the only reason you came back to Japan in the first place was because you wanted to see me?
Yep, exactly. You know I don't know when to give up sometimes, right?
You're not gonna believe it, but I was holding out hope that somehow, someday, I'd end up seeing you again too. When I really think about it, breaking up with Miho that day was the worst decision I ever made in my life. The only thing that saved me was that she never gave up on her feelings for me either. I know the reason she's sitting here next to me as my wife is nothing short of a miracle. I promised I'll take care of you for the rest of my life.
Thank you. But you know, it won't just be me that you have to take care of from now on, right?
Oh yeah, I still can't believe that I'm gonna be a father. That's right, in just a short 9 months from now, we were gonna be a family of 3. That day I met Miho again ended up being the best day of my life. But from now on, I'm sure we'll make so many more happy memories that it'll seem as normal as any other day.
Thank you for watching. How was today's video? Please check out our other videos as well.